Rightio, out and about, beautiful Ballarat. Mark Hughes, good to see you out in the country, mate.
Yeah, mate. Trip to regional Victoria, so outstanding. I was in Sydney last week or so as well. Yeah, look, just good to be out and about. First day of summer, mate, and what a spectacular day it is. 30 degrees and beautiful.
Absolutely, and it's all starting to hot up towards yearling sales and the likes. We want to make sure people are aware of it. We're at beautiful Oakbank Estate, Oakbank Estate. I was right the first time, wasn't I?
You were indeed.
I think I called it Oakford Farm last week. I get all my names wrong all the time, so don't worry. Louise and Gary are there behind us. They're actually been looking after horse that they prepped for you last year that went through the nutrient sale, which is the American Ideal out of 2 and 6pence. She's about to go back into work, I believe.
Yeah, look, she's out of preparation at Andy Gatz and came home back here. We call it her home because this is where she was raised, and was raised in New Zealand by us originally, and then to here, and then on to Andy, and she heads back to Andy's very soon. Beautiful American Ideal filly. First preparation was excellent with Andy, so we'll poke her around, as they say, and she'll let us know when she's ready sometime down the track.
Beautiful and quiet. She's actually just stood here the whole time. Gary told Louise that she had to go out a little bit further, so we did that. And she's just stood here and hasn't cared. She hasn't got a friend around her, and she's a lovely type. And she's very, I suppose, poignant for the sale that you and I are going to promote, which is the NZB sale. I noticed the hat, mate. She's not green, that hat.
No, the hat's not green. Times are tough, mate. I've given all my green hats away and beanies, etc. So I thought I'd chuck on the NZB hat, and hello to the boys over there. I'm sure they're toiling away in Auckland. We look forward to catching them up with them before 2030, which would be great. So
2035, I've suggested that I'll be catching up with Cam Bray. But yeah, we're going to do a lot of promotion. The reason we've got this filly is basically lot one in this sale is a down by the seaside, added to a 6pence, but it's a colt. It's going to be very well sought after, but it's the start of the sale, which is February 13th.
Yeah, look, all of a sudden, yearling sale talk's fresh and ready to go. The sale for us is 10 weeks away now. And
you're not allowed to say that because they get a bit nervous when you say that. You know that, don't you?
Well, they sort of get nervous, and given the shuttle stay-ins are heading home a little bit later this year as well, there might be a little bit of backlog of work in the end of January. But look, the sale's 10 weeks away. It's quite easy to forget about these things when you roll through Christmas and the New Year, and you sort of lose touch with everything because you want to, have a little bit of a break, and then all of a sudden, the sale's here. But as you said, it's fairly poignant for us because lot one for us on that particular day at Karaka on the 13th of February is a down by the seaside colt out of a mare 2 and 6pence, and this is the American Ideal foal out of her, the 2-year-old. And obviously, there's nothing like opening a sale. We've got 47 lots that day in that sale. And look, amongst 23 of those are by betters, a mixture with Lou, Seaside, American Ideal, and now our new trotting stallion, What the Hill, who's made quite a phenomenal start in North America and quite a phenomenal start sales-wise as well.
Well, he was a sale topper last year in New Zealand. What the Hill, we'll start with him because he was a sale topper last year. Beautiful types. We're going to be showcasing quite a few of them, but they've been very, very well received, haven't they?
Yeah, look, I think everybody's, energised by the fact that he's actually a shuttle stallion. He actually comes down here. Also energised by the fact that in North America and certainly in Ohio, he's made a great start to his siring career. We know where everyone's always very keen to see the horses are away on the right tram, and What the Hill's done that. He's done that with his yearlings in both countries here, and we're hearing really good things about him.
Easiest way to keep a dog in a yard, put a microphone cable down. Apparently they don't step over them.
There you go.
It was very funny, that.
Actually, the last time I worked with you, there was a cat involved as well. So
it ran off with the microphone cord, that one did.
So
yeah.
There's
Dr. Kath McIntosh. Seaside, all over the world, North America and here in Australia and New Zealand, they've been very sought after, very popular stallion. One, he had a little bit of a setback, I suppose, to his siring season this season, but he's hit the ground running. He's serving full book here in Australia and really going gangbusters. They're going to be hugely sought after.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about that. He's had a phenomenal year in North America. He's beat up the big boys, and he is one of the big boys now. That's a simple reality of it. Great yearling sale results up there, great 2-year-old results on the track. And look, the talk here and in New Zealand, talked to a lot of people, but everyone's very, very high on the yearlings they bought. I know Robert Dunn's high on them. David Miles has got one he bought at the sale that he is absolutely in love with, and he said if he doesn't make it, he's a bad judge. So look, we're fairly confident that Seaside's the way of the future. Look, full book. He only started in the shed 6-7 weeks ago now for us because he made the late start after the operation, but he has, we've already got 42-day positives to him, and the scary thing about him is, like, for his 150 mare limit, mate, he'll probably have January off at this rate. So yeah. And look, and the same's going to apply to Sweet Lou and probably American Ideal. You know, it's you know, I don't want to harp on it, but it's a little bit of an indictment on the way things are in Australia.
They're full booked. They
full
can't.
boxing, mate.
No one can get to them, and that's maybe the one thing about these sales. You'll be able to purchase horses from them. Sweet Lou's. I've seen some ripping Sweet Lou's that aren't with the NZB sale, and we are here to promote that. But I will say, make sure you keep an eye out for the Nutrient one, which is in Sydney as well. Actually, I saw some rippers the other day, so they're going to be highly sought after both sides of the ditch as well, aren't they?
Yeah, look, I think so. And we did, you know, a quick snapshot of Lou's numbers are they're just so generous. Like, you know, what do we say? 23-year-old starters 24 3-year-old starters in Australia this year for 24 winners. That's 80% winners to runners. Had his 24th individual 2-year-old winner in Australia on Monday from 40 starters. So, you know, these are off very moderate crops. These are out of very middle of the road mares. And let's be frank, Lou will have a very, very big piece of real estate down here going forward.
Yep, and I know the North American gentleman whose name escapes me, he said this is the best crop of mares that he got this season. You're going to say his name for me, you make me...
oh, look, Ron Burke,
yes.
And Larry Carr, the part owner as well, but, you know, they were on the lose at the sales, mate, up there this year, you know, so... he's roared back up there, and I think I've said to everybody, you know, and this is, we'll make no secret of the fact that we believe Sweet Lou's our next American Ideal.
Yeah, and can't forget AI standing over at Lower Long Farms. He's done a great job, stellar season. Another full book for him. He's just an evergreen, just keeps delivering. Again, highly sought after. So there's going to be some of those in the sale as well.
Yeah, look, we've only got one in the sale, but there will be others by him in New Zealand. He actually had a fairly low base that year in New Zealand. That was the first year he stood in Australia. He did 190 mares in Australia that year, so he only did maybe 20 to 25 back in New Zealand that year. So they'll only be a handful, but they will be well sought. Sorry, the New Zealand Cup winner this year. So, you know, he's just, as you say, he is an absolute evergreen.
Rightio, so we'll be doing a couple of things. We will no doubt be going live from the sales complex, I think, like we did last year, because I think that was good to raise awareness. But for everyone going forward, make sure you tune into Campbell's Comments, because we're going to have, I suppose, some boutique yearling parades, if you like, and then we might have some bigger ones. I do know that some of the other farms in New Zealand have actually reached out to me as well to promote their product, but Woodlands will be front and centre, and we'll be doing it a little bit differently with the help of Stacey over there in New Zealand, because unfortunately she doesn't want you and me in the country. I can't work that one out. I reckon she should be opening it up just for you and I. Well,
I think so. I think, you know, by the time we reach there, as we said, in 2030, 2035, mate, we're going to be fairly long in the tooth. But look, all jokes aside, hopefully we're there in April onwards, you know, so we can get towards the weanling sale and get towards, you know, catching up with everybody and renewing all those relationships we've got.
Absolutely, and hats off to the guys at NZB. I know they're trying things. They tried to get a bubble there for the thoroughbreds. At least they've moved the dates back. They're definitely trying things. Anyone thinks that they're sitting on their hands and not trying stuff, they are trying stuff to be able to get us out there. They know how important it is as well. But this sale is also very important for Australian racing.
Well, the Auckland sale is clearly the best sale in the Southern Hemisphere. Time-honoured families, the best stallions in the world. Horses that leave this sale, predominantly a lot of horses go to the next level. They go to North America and race. So for us, from a selfish Woodlands point of view, we have 47 in, and there's a lot of love and hard work goes into them. But these are time-honoured winning families, mate, by the best stallions in the world. Pedigrees with millions of dollars on the page, mate. So it's well thought after. A lot of the preparation for these yearlings that go through for us is done 2 years before.
All right, better go and let this filly go. I might have already put the video of her trotting out in the paddock. We're going to take a video of her in a second. Woodlands Stud.co.nz or NZB Standardbreds.co.nz are the two websites. You can see all the catalogues there, and also stay tuned to Campbell's Comments. And when they come out, we'll be getting them. I believe they may nearly be going in the mail this week. So once they go to print, anyone wants them, contact Yuzi, contact me. They'll be around at as many places as they can as well. So stay tuned. As I said, Woodlands Stud leading the way, and we'll be doing plenty of promotions leading up to the February 13 sale.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Look forward to that. And as I said, mate, the catalogue's online now. So, yep, get on there and have a good look. Thanks again.